About 200 years ago, in a time when the world was infused with the energy of the Industrial Revolution, one person, taking destiny into their own hands, began to pave their path to the summits of business and eventually became one of the richest and most influential businessmen in history. That person's name was John Pierpont Morgan. Let's quickly learn how he managed to rise from a small bank and ascend to the heights of a financial empire, eventually founding one of the most influential banks in the United States, J.P. Morgan & Co. Enjoy! John Pierpont Morgan was born into a prominent New England family on April 17 in 1837 in Hartford, Connecticut. His father Junius was a partner in a successful fancy goods business. John's mother was the daughter of a well-known minister and a poet at the time. His paternal grandfather Joseph was the founder of the insurance company Aetna. In his childhood, John often suffered from seizures and other mysterious ailments, which caused him to spend long periods of time at home. When he was healthy, he frequently visited galleries and concerts with his parents, which fueled his lifelong passion for arts. In 1854, Junius Morgan moved the family to London to start his new career as a partner in the banking firm George Peabody & Co. Pierpont was sent to the Selig Institute in Switzerland, where he learned to speak French fluently and showed aptitude for mathematics. He was later sent to the University of Göttingen in Germany. After completing his education in 1857, Morgan moved to New York and took a position as a clerk at Duncan, Sherman & Co., the American branch of his father's firm. Through his New York social circle, Morgan became close to Amelia Sturgis, the daughter of a successful merchant whom he later married. Over time, Amelia was diagnosed with tuberculosis, and Morgan had to move with her to Algeria in hopes of speeding up her recovery. Unfortunately, despite all Morgan's efforts to cure his fiancée, Amelia passed away in February 1862. Devastated, the young businessman returned to New York and immersed himself in his work. In 1864, at his father's request, he joined forces with senior partner Charles Dabney and established the firm Dabney Morgan & Co. With Junius Morgan now heading the London banking firm, the Morgans continued to increase their wealth and influence by directing foreign investments into American business. Around the same time, John Morgan began a new romance with Frances Lewis Tracy, the daughter of a New York lawyer. They married in May 1865 and had 4 children together. After Dabney retired in 1871, Morgan partnered with banker Anthony Drexel to create the firm Drexel Morgan & Co. He soon became a powerful figure in the financial world thanks to his imposing physique, insightfulness, and assertive character. In 1879, Morgan made a significant breakthrough in his career when he was offered to purchase 250,000 shares of New York Central Railroad from William Vanderbilt. He successfully completed the deal and gained a seat on the New York Central's board of directors. The following year, Morgan led a syndicate and sold $40 million worth of bonds to finance the Northern Pacific Railway, setting a record for railroad bond transactions in the United States. In 1890, John Morgan's father passed away, marking a new turning point in his life and career. He orchestrated the merger of Edison General Electric and Thomson Houston Company in 1892, creating General Electric. Morgan also became an avid art collector. After the financial panic of 1893, Morgan formed a syndicate of international investors to supply gold in exchange for bonds. Citing an obscure 1862 law that granted the Secretary of the Treasury an authority to conduct such transactions without congressional approval, Morgan stabilized the economy. Following Drexel's death in the same year, Pierpont reorganized his company once again as J.P. Morgan & Co. The firm soon became a major player in the steel industry, financing the creation of Federal Steel in 1898. In 1913, John Pierpont Morgan passed away. His accomplishments in the financial industry led to the establishment of the Federal Reserve System, and his banking company, J.P. Morgan Chase & Co., became one of the largest in the world. Pierpont was one of the most influential and powerful financial magnates in history. His life and career had a tremendous impact on the world. However, he also faced criticism for his consolidation of power and monopolistic practices. His actions stirred public discontent and attracted attention from antitrust investigations. Despite all of this, Morgan left an indelible mark on world history. His business ventures and influence significantly shaped the economy, industry, and development of the United States.